You're about to spend $6, $7, maybe even $1,000 on a 4K graphics card, and the way most people shop, a good chunk of that is wasted. Because the question isn't, can this card run 4K? A lot of cards can technically run 4K. The real question is, what's the cheapest card that makes 4K feel good without running out of memory or forcing ugly compromises too soon? Let's start with the cheapest 4K GPU worth buying. The cheapest 4K graphics card worth your money right now is the ASRock Radeon RX 9070 Challenger 16GB. This is where 4K actually starts. 16 gigs of VRAM, a 256-bit memory bus, triple fan cooling, and normal dual 8-pin power connectors. Nothing exotic, nothing oversized just to look expensive. And that 16 gig number is exactly why there's no 8 gig card sitting here. At 4K, memory pressure gets real fast, and reviewing 8 gig cards in heavier games, I keep seeing the same pattern. Not just lower frame rates, but worse lows, stutter or texture compromises when the card runs out of memory. You can lean on quality upscaling and be smart about ray tracing, but start with too little VRAM, and that's a compromise you feel way sooner. Here's the other trap. Don't read 1080p or 1440p charts and assume they tell the 4K story. They don't. Tom's Hardware found the RX 9070 starts pulling ahead of the RTX 5070 at 4K, even when the two look close at lower resolutions. That's why the 9070 16GB is the floor. It's not the max everything forever card, but for 4K, 60, quality upscaling, high settings instead of ultra everything, and single-player games where image quality beats frame chasing, it makes sense. One catch. It only stays smart if the price gap is real. The XT lands about 10 to 15% ahead of the plain 9070 in testing, so if a decent RX 9070 XT is only around $80 more where you live, skip this and step up. But if you want the cheapest card in this video I'd still call a real 4K buy, this is the line I wouldn't go below. And if that just saved you from a card that only looks good in lower resolution charts, hit like. That's the only time I'll ask, and it puts this in front of the next person about to overpay. That card is the floor. The one I'd actually hand to most people is one step up. For most 4K gamers, the best overall value is the Gigabyte Radeon RX 9070 XT Gaming OC 16GB. This is the card that makes the rest of the mid to high-end market uncomfortable. 16 gigs of VRAM, a 256-bit bus, a strong cooler, and enough 4K performance that you're not constantly negotiating with the settings menu. This is what I'd buy for a proper 4K 60 or 4K 120 setup. High settings, modern AAA games, strong gaming performance, without jumping into almost flagship money. And the benchmark backs it. TechSpot's 52-game update puts the RTX 5070 Ti and RX 9070 XT in basically the same class at native 4K, 84 FPS versus 81. That's a 4% Nvidia lead on a card that usually costs a lot more. So if your goal is regular 4K gaming, not heavy ray tracing, not creator work, the RX 9070 XT is where the value lives. But don't overpay for this exact model just because I named it. The Gigabyte Gaming OC is the right call when it's one of the cheaper competent cards. If a Sapphire Pulse, ASRock Challenger, Power Color Reaper, or XFX model is meaningfully cheaper, buy that one. The GPU matters more than the logo on the shroud. The honest downside. This isn't small or low power. It's around 288mm long, a thick triple fan card that wants a proper power supply and real airflow. Drop it in a cramped case with weak cooling, and don't expect miracles. But for most people shopping value first, this is the default answer. A good RX 9070 XT with the Gigabyte Gaming OC as the model to price check first. Now, if you want to spend more, there's exactly one card I'd reach for before value starts getting ugly. The ASUS Prime GeForce RTX 5070 Ti OC Edition 16GB is the premium value ceiling. Not because it's cheap. It isn't. It's here because this is about as high as I'd go for most 4K buyers before the price jumps stop making sense. You get 16 gigs of GDDR7, a 256-bit bus, strong 4K performance, a 2.5-slot cooler, and the full Nvidia stack. DLSS, stronger ray tracing, better path tracing, CUDA, creator app support, NVENC, the whole software side. This is the card if your PC isn't only a gaming machine. Maybe you edit video, stream, or live in Blender and AI tools that clearly prefer Nvidia. Or maybe you play the kind of games where DLSS and ray tracing are the experience, not settings you switch off. But this is also where people overspend fast. The mistake? Paying RTX 5080 money for a 5070 Ti or grabbing a 5080 just because it sounds more 4K. Tom's Hardware puts the 5070 Ti roughly 10 to 15% behind the 5080, and current pricing usually makes that step up hard to justify for most gamers. And check the boring stuff before checkout. Power supply wattage, card length, slot thickness, connector clearance, heat. This ASUS card uses a 16-pin connector and runs just over 300mm, so make sure your case and cable routing are ready for it. The real downside is price. If the ASUS Prime 5070 Ti is a reasonable step above the RX 9070 XT, it can make sense. If it's hundreds more, you're not buying raw value anymore, you're buying the Nvidia ecosystem. And that's the final decision. AMD gives you the cleaner value story. Strong 4K performance, 16 gigs of VRAM, usually a much better price. Nvidia gives you the safer feature story. DLSS, stronger ray tracing, creator support, CUDA, NVENC, broader software. But don't pay for what you won't use. If you turn ray tracing off in every game, don't spend extra for it. If you only game, don't pay for CUDA. And don't grab the 5070 Ti just because it sounds more premium when the RX 9070 XT gives you basically the same 4K experience for a lot less. Flip side, don't pretend the ecosystems are equal either. Here's the cleanest example. In that same TechSpot test, the RX 9070 XT actually wins F125 in normal rendering, then loses by more than 20% the second you turn ray tracing all the way up. Same game, opposite result. So if you play a lot of ray-traced titles, use creator apps, stream often, or want the safest upscaling and software support, Nvidia can be worth paying for. Check the links in the description before you buy, because one sale flips the math. If the 5070 Ti drops close to a good RX 9070 XT, Nvidia gets tempting fast. If the gap is huge, AMD is the smarter buy. And that's where you land. For most people, the RX 9070 XT is the safest 4K buy. Not the cheapest, not the biggest, just the one that makes 4K feel right without overpaying. Walk into checkout knowing you didn't leave money on the table. One thing before you go. I told you to grab whichever good RX 9070 XT is cheapest, but the Sapphire Pulse and that Gigabyte Gaming OC aren't the same card. Which one actually wins? That head-to-head comparison is on screen now. Go find out before you buy.